Good morning, Flint Falcons. I'm Miss Egan. I'm the seventh grade assistant principal, and I'm here to talk to you about how to be responsible according to the Student Code of Conduct. First, you need to make sure you obey all school rules. Listen and follow all school directions. Always tell the truth. Be honest, even if you might have made a mistake. We expect as middle school students that you're going to make mistakes. But when we ask you if you did something, things are going to go much easier if you're just honest with us. There may be a consequence, but the consequence is going to increase if you're dishonest to begin with. Dress appropriately for school. We will talk more about the dress code in a moment. Ask permission before leaving assigned area. It's important that we know where you are at all times for safety reasons. The dress code at Flynn for shirts, sweaters, and sweatshirts. They must be school appropriate tops. That means that we must not see any part of your midriff or lower back showing underneath your t-shirt. Also, your sleeves should be out to your shoulders. There should be no spaghetti straps or no wife beaters. All of your undergarments must be covered at all times and not be visible in terms of you cannot wear see-through shirts and where we can see your whole bra underneath. We can't wear see-through pants where we can see your underwear. They must be covered at all times. Flynn Spirit Wear, you can wear t-shirts, hoodies, and crew necks. What you cannot do is take that hoodie and put it up over your head. It must be down in the building throughout the school day. RPS 205 school wear, spirit wear. You're welcome to wear spirit wear from other buildings, although I don't know why you would want to wear any other middle school stuff except Flynn Middle School, because we all know Falcons are number one. Bottoms and shoes. For the bottoms of your pants, all undergarments must be covered and no part of your buttocks should be seen. So if you're trying to wear short shorts, that means you better make sure that your whole cheek is covered. Shoes must be worn at all times within the building because, ew, who wants to walk around on floors where 800 middle school kids are walking around? Slippers, house shoes, and any type of shoes with wheels on them are prohibited to be worn in the school building during the school day. Outerwear, headwear, and backpacks. These all belong in your locker after the bell rings. So jackets, coats must be stored in lockers during the school day. Head coverings such as hats, hoodies, do-rags, sunglasses, because we have plenty of light in here, but it's not that bright that you need to wear sunglasses, must be removed upon entering the school building and stored in your locker. Backpacks must be kept in your locker throughout the school day. You are allowed to carry your computer bag. And the only time during the day that you're allowed to have that backpack is if your 8th hour teacher allows you to bring it to their class. But that is up to the discretion of that teacher. And lastly, we have water bottles must be sealed and clear in color. That means to be sealed means you shouldn't be able to squirt the water bottle and water comes out. If someone knocks the water bottle off of your desk, it should not spill. That's what it means to be sealed. Go back for a minute. And clear in color. We must be able to see the liquid in there. You shouldn't be drinking Mountain Dew, Coke, Monster, Liquid Death, caffeine. Let's save it for the old teachers so that we can make it through the day. IDs, cell phones, and electronics. Picture Day is coming up on September 16th. You will shortly get your ID after that. You are required to have your ID on you at all times when you're in school and when you're at school activities. If a teacher or an adult asks to see your ID, you should be able to produce it. If you fail to be able to produce it, that means we're going to submit your name and we're going to have another ID issued for you, and that's going to cost you $3. That will be added to your account. Cell phones must be turned off and put away. That includes smartwatches. While you can wear them, they may not be used as a phone during the school day. And electronics such as AirPods, headphones, fall under the cell phone policy and should be in your lockers throughout the school day. The only exceptions to those are if you have specific permission from a teacher to use them for academic reasons in their classroom. And then when you leave that classroom, you need to revert back to the school policy, which is we should not see cell phones. If they're in your hand, we're going to assume it's because you are using it. If you don't have pockets, you should be carrying your computer bag so that you may store it in your computer bag. Otherwise, it should be stored in your locker. Dress code infractions. These include missing IDs. If you're missing it, we're going to charge you $3 for a new one. PE uniforms. You can purchase PE uniforms through the main office or talk to your PE teacher if there's a reason why you cannot dress appropriately for PE. If you are wearing inappropriate clothes and people are not able to come and bring you clothes, or you don't have a gym uniform to turn into, and this happens more than once, we will charge your account $5 for giving you a t-shirt to be able to wear. Students may contact and have clothes brought from home, but while that is going on, you need to return to class unless an assistant principal tells you otherwise. Dress code violations will be tracked, and additional interventions may be given besides just changing into the appropriate dress wear. Attend all classes on time and be on time. Complete all classwork and homework. Regarding being on time, we start hall sweeps coming up, and what that means is when the bell rings, if you're not in your classroom, you need to report directly to a parent liaison or the main office to get a hall sweep. 1 through 4 of those hall sweeps, you will be given a lunch detention. When you get it, you will be given a yellow sheet of paper to go and show your teacher so that they submit you to the room. 5+ tardies and additional consequences beyond just lunch detentions could possibly be given to you. APs may install additional interventions as needed for excessive tardies. These may include, but are not limited to, putting you on a no-pass list, having early or late pass, even having you escorted throughout the hallways. Always remain on school grounds and remain in your assigned area only. If you leave school grounds, that is going to put us in a position that we have to contact the police and your parents, and then they are therefore responsible for you. So please remain on school grounds. It's important that we keep you safe. Stay drug-free, say no to drugs. Tell an adult if you see or know about drug use by your peers. Respect school property. Keep all school items in the same condition you found them in. Can you imagine if you lend your friend something and they return it to you and it's all broken? Take that care with the items that people are lending you in school. Not just your classmates, but your teachers. Oftentimes, teachers spend a lot of money on items in their classroom, so make sure that you have the supplies you need. I would also say refrain from borrowing your friends' computers or phones, because if they break, you're probably going to be responsible for paying for that, or it's going to create a large argument between you. And frankly, you and your parents don't want to be responsible for that. So don't borrow people's stuff, and also don't lend other people your computer or your phone. Keep cell phones off and out of sight. Do not record others without their permission. Do not send pictures of others without their permission. Do not post pictures or videos of others without their permission. If you do these things, you are going to be consequenced. Okay, if you can imagine having the worst picture taken of you ever and someone posting it on social media, imagine how that would feel. Don't do that to someone else. But it's just a good practice that if you can't have your phones out in school, you certainly shouldn't be recording anything that is occurring in school during the school day. Drugs. Illegal drugs, those that are illegal based upon your age, includes marijuana or any marijuana derivative. This also includes things like synthetics or any homemade purchased items, alcohol, prescription drugs, nicotine. Prescription drugs, you might say to yourself, what, I can't take an aspirin? Technically, you cannot take an aspirin or an ibuprofen or anything like that on your own. If you have a medical reason, you should have a doctor note provided into our nurse so that she may distribute that medication to you. Otherwise, your parent or guardian is welcome to come to the school and give you those types of prescription drugs or over-the-counter drugs like ibuprofen and things like that to take care of something. But our nurse and no other adult in the building is allowed to give you prescription drugs or over-the-counter drugs without the express written note from a doctor. This also includes paraphernalia. So we don't want to see empty vape pens, pipes, plastic baggies, pill bottles, or rolling papers. Any and all of these things are going to lead to consequences for you, most of which are going to be at least a level 2. So there is no drug usage at all on school property. Possession. If we find drugs on you, who are we going to say it belongs to? Yeah, that's right, you. So if you come and say, well, I'm holding it for my friend, well, do you really think your friend's going to be like, oh, yeah, that's my illegal drugs that I shouldn't have on campus? Absolutely not. So do not have drugs in your backpack, clothing, locker, car, or any other RPS property. That includes walking to school, waiting at the bus stop, riding the bus, driving to school, and or walking home. This includes attending school-related events at any RPS school. This includes attending school-related events at any school in any district, and this includes attending school-related events at any venue that the district is using, such as BMO, Coronado, Rock Valley College, etc. If someone asks you to hold drugs, say no. Say no to drugs. Don't hold it for others because you're going to be the one left holding the bag in a sense. Distribution. Distribution is considered two ways. It's considered when you give somebody drugs or you accept drugs. It does not matter if money changes hands in this scenario. So if someone says, hey, will you hold this for me? And it's a vape pen with marijuana in it, that is considered distribution. Distribution can be considered a level 3 or 4 offense. Level 4 offenses can be expellable. So make sure that you are not doing drugs, you do not hold drugs for any other person, and you don't give drugs to any other person. If you or a friend needs help, we do have resources that we can provide you contact with. All you have to do is ask a teacher, guidance counselor, coach, social worker, or an assistant principal or principal. Voluntary reporting. Say you're walking to school and you find a baggie that has weed in it. What should you do? If you pick it up and bring it to school, you need to immediately go give it to a responsible adult. If we find it on you, you're going to receive consequences. If you turn that in voluntarily, we're going to know that is just you doing the right thing, and we will take care of disposing it with the school resource officer. Be Safe is now going to be covered by Ms. Sims.